Humans need to recharge, and we're going to talk
sure.
about that in this video. How can you recharge your life so that you can build in the necessary breaks and it'll make your life better? Mike Mandel, I think you have a lot of experience with this.
I have. I don't like people impinging on my life. It's a great word, isn't it?
Impinging, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, are you frustrated trying to get a break just to chill? And when we get frustrated like that, our stress builds up. We get cortisol in our systems. Do you find that whenever you want some downtime, some idiot interrupts you? Well, you have a right to recharge, and we all need periods of time with zero interruptions.
We do, and you know, really it's a function of how much is going on in your life. If you are a single person, let's say unemployed, and all you do is watch TV all day, okay, there's really nothing to consider here, and you're probably not watching this channel anyway. But if you have, let's say you have a husband or a wife, or a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you have a job, or 2 jobs, or 3 jobs,
right,
and 4 children, and 2 pets,
sounds like a nightmare,
and maybe a bunch of hobbies and friends who rely on you for things, you can get overwhelmed, and people can basically want all of your time,
right,
and that can overwhelm you, right? So we're going to talk about some strategies.
Someone overwhelming you.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, think about it. One of the best things you can do is learn to disconnect. Turn off your phone late in the day so people simply cannot get a hold of you. I had a very good friend, and he used to call late, like 10 minutes before bed, like 11 p.m., and start big complex discussions when I wanted to wind my brain down. So I set the rule. I said, look, I'm going to bed at 10 p.m. from now on. The boundary is don't call me after 10 p.m. The closer to 10 p.m., the greater likelihood I'll be getting ready for bed. He'd phone it like 5 to 10.
Yeah.
2 minutes to 10. Oh, I'm under the wire. That means I can have a half-hour conversation
I can open the door to a big conversation.
Horrible. Set boundaries. Make sure people live up to them. Nobody is permitted to call me after 10 p.m. unless it is a matter of life or death, or it'll be a matter of their death. Now, not 9:55 either. And people will say things like, if they're going to interrupt you, and once you're interrupted, if you're in a flow state, it can take 10 to 20 minutes to get your brain back in gear. Oh, it's just a 30-second call. I just need to talk. No, have somebody to say no for you. Get a gatekeeper who will protect your time and your downtime especially.
Yeah, actually, that can work with email too. So if you run, like I run a company, right? I'm the CEO of Mike Mandel Hypnosis. I get a ton of emails. So it's really convenient a lot of the time to have somebody else dealing with my email and replying to people, and or just, you know, handling it themselves. But the key point here is to set boundaries, I think.
Right.
Whatever those boundaries are, it's your job to communicate them. Nobody is going to come up to you and say, oh, do you need some boundaries? Can we help you install boundaries in your life? You have to decide for yourself what's appropriate. When do you need little break points so that you can do something else to recharge? Now, speaking of breaks, it's a good idea to build in some structured breaks.
Right.
Outside of those boundaries, right?
Find the stuff that gives you a break. Like I like to walk in nature, or you can listen to calming music, or even just go to bed early, get some more sleep. We're as a society, we're very, very often sleep deprived, and so you have to look after that. Nothing recharges like sleep. So if you can manage an afternoon nap, I do almost every single day, about 20 minutes to half an hour on the couch, and just conk out and feel amazing. But what about self-hypnosis?
Do you know? Well, yeah, I want to just speak about napping really quick too here, because napping is a learned skill, and that 20 minutes, that is another example of how you can set a boundary. So for example, in my own life, when the kids were younger, my wife wouldn't understand so much the need for that 20-minute nap. Once she did, that was essentially a boundary. I'm going to take a 20-minute nap. And it was legit, like didn't stretch into an hour and 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes. And she started to realize, oh, when Chris comes back from his 20-minute nap, he's alert and recharged. So I've set a boundary, I've had my 20-minute power nap, and now I feel freaking amazing. And you can do the same thing with self-hypnosis. In fact, you can use self-hypnosis as a way of learning how to power nap as well.
Remember, sleep is the only human activity that we pretend to do. Pretend we're asleep. You go to bed, you don't lie there and go, gee, I wonder if I'm going to fall asleep. You close your eyes and pretend you're asleep, and then you are asleep. Well, likewise, lie on your couch, whatever. Don't be disturbed for 20 minutes. Close your eyes, put on an eye cover if you want, and just make it really, really simple. Get comfortable, get relaxed, and you might just repeat the word sleep in your mind every time you exhale. And pretending to be asleep will give you the benefits of a power nap, even if you don't actually conk out completely. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different, and you have to design in what works for you. So if you have a toddler or a puppy, it's going to be pretty hard to safeguard the end of your day. So you might need to structure in breaks during the day. What else? We want to take weekly breaks too.
I have it a Sunday off. I don't work on Sunday. I don't accept business calls on Sunday. I don't even look at my email on Sunday most of the time. I write a Sunday newsletter and I write it on Saturday.
And I've learned not to bother you on Sunday, right?
But again, my friend who used to phone at 2 minutes to 10, he started testing the waters and phoning me on Sunday or sending me a text message.
How'd that work out for him?
5 minutes. Before I would have fallen for it and said, look, I've told you not to talk to me. Now he got me. He got me to respond. I just delete, just ignore. Weekly breaks can really make you feel better. And if you find something that relaxes you, it might be a 2-hour walk, it might be going swimming if you're on the coast, whatever it is, find what works for you. It is a very individual thing. And you'll find that too busy really means low productivity. The idea that you can rev up and be really productive is an absolute myth.
I like your point here that if you allow interruptions, it gives away your power.
Yes.
And like you said about your Sundays off. So how can you, as the listener, figure that out for yourself? What is it that you are allowing people to interrupt you in where you would prefer that to be a boundary? And you have to be ruthless. You can be polite about it, but you have to be assertive, not aggressive, assertive.
And don't make exceptions.
Right, defend your freaking boundaries, right? It's
Don't make exceptions, yeah. And my wife is the gatekeeper for me, as I said. So she'll make sure if somebody phones me or wants to bother me on Sunday, she'll say, no, he's not available. Well, I only need it. No, he's not available. She just nails it, and they leave me alone now, which is great because then Monday we come back to work and I'm energized and ready for a good week. Finally, don't let other people overschedule you. Don't let them book you for a bunch of events, and it could be going out some evening. It could even be a fun thing. But for me, if I'm overscheduled, I start feeling like a freaking marionette puppet. I hate it.
That's a really good point.
Even if it's fun things. And people can do it with all the right motives. Oh, I know you'll love this event, so I booked it. We got a 2-hour drive. And no, you don't know what I'll love. And nobody knows what you will love either. Don't let other people run your schedule. It's your decision to take time to slow down and chill.
I think you're making a really good point here. There's such a thing as too much fun, right?
Yeah.
We all have to move in the crests and the troughs. Our lives are waves, right? So we have these lots of fun, then we need to recharge. High energy, then we need to sleep. So if somebody's overscheduling you with things that are all perceived as fun, until it's not fun anymore to keep having fun. We need to have the downtime, recharge those batteries so we can go back to having fun because we like to have fun.
Well put. In fact, I'm having too much fun now, so we're going to wrap this up.
Right.
Go back into the troughs. Take time to recharge. It will dramatically improve your productivity, the quality of your life, your body and mind will thank you, just as we
are thanking you.
Us.
And nobody else is going to set those boundaries for you and defend them, only you. So make sure you're clear with other people in your lives. Make sure you're clear with yourself about where your boundaries are and respect your own boundaries the same way you would expect other people to respect your boundaries.
That's right.
Thanks once again.
And
good night.